Now, Royal Lodge in Windsor is currently undergoing renovations, but Prince Andrew will not be moving out of his house. He's reportedly refusing to leave while the building work's underway for fear he might never get back in. Andrew's in a long-running standoff with his brother King Charles over the £30 million mansion, which he shares with ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. Charles wants Andrew to downsize, allegedly, and move into Frogmore Cottage when Harry and Meghan's lease runs out in July. But Andrew isn't budging, and sources say he's adamant about staying put after investing £7 million of his own money into refurbishing the 30-room manor. I mean, this saga just goes on and on. Of course, none of this is official comment from either Andrew's people or Charles's people or anyone else. I think it is true that Charles would like Andrew to move out of Royal Lodge. I have some sympathy that he spent £7 million of his own, and he's about to spend
his own money.
Do they pay that well? Do they? Where's that £7 million come from?
Well, it's still.
But are you saying okay? But so if I was him, I'd be thinking I could have just bought a house for £7 million instead of refurbishing this one, and then I wouldn't be being evicted.
And the issue right now is that the roof is being renovated.
Yeah.
And once again, Andrew is apparently paying for it. So this idea that somehow or other he's terrified to leave the house because Charles won't let him back in, it doesn't sort of stack up, does it? He spent £7 million doing the place up. Now he's paying for the roof to be renovated, and we're supposed to believe that Charlie's going, you step out of that door, you never get back in.
Yeah, I'm going to change the locks.
Stack up. I suspect that Andrew, and as you quite rightly say, Daisy, whatever we think about where his money comes from, he did spend £7 million on Royal Lodge, and therefore I would suggest he has the right to live there.
I would suggest that he's being turfed out of it to be moved into Frogmore Cottage. What's a 9-bedroom cottage?
Yeah.
I think it's time for Charles to say to him, look, I don't care you spent £7 million and you're paying for the roof now. I'm putting you in another lovely, luxurious place. But it's only going to have 9 bedrooms, I'm afraid. It's not going to have 2 wings for you and your ex-wife.
Does he get his money back, though?
No.
It's
not his money
in
the first place. It's not his money.
Well,
it's not he used his Navy pension, is it? Which, of course, is not to the tune of £7 million. So whose money is it? Money from Mummy?
Well,
but it's still in his bank account.
It's still his.
He inherited money. I mean, are you saying that they shouldn't be allowed to inherit money? Are you saying that you should...
They should pay tax on it.
They should pay tax on it,
Yes, we are saying that.
Like everyone else.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, but they do pay tax on some of their inheritance.
In terms of this, I'm
Her
saying...
Majesties, like HMR, His Majesties, like...
in terms of this, he's paid for some renovations, but he doesn't actually own any of the properties. So whether Charles says to him, right, you can pay for what you want on this house, mate, but it's not yours, it's mine. So if I move you into this other house, it's still massive. He's not moving him to the Croxteth estate, is he? He's not going to...
He's not going to move, JJ. He's going to stay where he
problems.
is.
Like, I'm sick of rich, privileged people moaning about their tiny issues.
Just leave it
like,
at that. You're just sick of rich, privileged people, aren't you?
I'm sick of rich, privileged people. Also, who on earth is trying to get us to feel sympathy for Andrew? Because that's all I'm reading.
Andrew.
Yeah, but who is facilitating this?
Probably the daughter.
But who is he feeding it to, and who's allowing this story to go out unchecked? It's not right.
Fergie's the only person alive who thinks he's a great guy. But I just got this idea of, Andrew saying to Charles, I mean, just because you're the king, you think you own the place. Charles goes, well, as a matter of fact, I do. Get out.
I would love to see him literally thrown out. Wouldn't that be? I would pay £7 million to watch him, a leg and a wing, just chucked out of that house.
I think this is a story that you'll like.
Okay.
This is about your favourite, Harry. So, obviously, he flew in for the court case where he was giving testimony against the Mirror Group newspaper and so on. He flew back after 3 days. But now a flight attendant who has the rather good Instagram name of Holden Patton. Get it?
I don't.
I don't get it.
Holden Patton.
What's that?
A holding pattern is what planes do when they're coming into land.
Okay.
Isn't it
You
called
learn
landing?
something new every day.
No, they go into a holding pattern. They go into a spiral when they're trying to come into...
Yeah, you know what a holding pattern is, for God's sake.
I know too much.
Stop acting ignorant.
Sorry, Daisy, I don't know.
I know you are ignorant, but you're overdoing it now.
What a holding pattern is.
When I'm going to move on.
I don't know.
Right, my friend Scotty, who's in charge of all the planes in the sky. Right. He's in charge of the Holden Pass. Anyway, moving on. So on his flight back from LA, this is Harry I'm talking about, he posed with this flight attendant, which was very sweet. The flight attendant then put it out on Instagram, saying that he then found, so that's the Poe, there they are on the plane.
Cute.
So we don't actually know what his real name is. We just know that he calls himself Holden Patton. And then he also posted another picture saying that he'd been left a spare copy of Spare in his luggage.
Guy.
That Harry obviously had lots of spare copies of Spare.
Hang on a minute, how did he put it in his luggage?
I don't know. It does seem a bit creepy.
What, Harry knifed his luggage?
I mean, I'm going to...
How intimate have they been?
How did Harry know which was
carries
his
a load of them
suitcase?
round with him in his pocket. There you go. Copy of
And he
Spare.
said, no, I don't want it. I don't know. Have one. Have one. Yeah.
I'm going to challenge that because involved in this story was a quote that said, right at the end of the article, it said, there's no evidence to suggest, or this Holden Patton has not suggested that Harry actually did give him the book.
No, but he is there arm in arm with him, so he obviously was nice to him and friendly and agreed to do a selfie, which a lot of royals don't do.
Brilliant.
So...
I think Holden Patton needs to get fired. How dare he? He's on a plane working. He's going to bother a celebrity for pictures. That's very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. We don't do that kind of stuff.
You do.
I feel like there's a photo coming for you. Now.
Picture of me and Holden Patton.
Yeah, exactly.
You're always asking him.
I just don't. Yeah, I'm with Nicola. I don't buy it. I think you're wrong on this one, Daisy.
It's not
true or false.
Me being
It's not the now, yeah.
False.
Check the card over, yeah.
It's just quite unusual to have a really positive story about
Prince
Harry.
Harry.
I was throwing it to Nicola, thinking that she would.
I'm just
bite
saying that
on
people
it.
are going to twist it to say he's so arrogant that he carries his book with him everywhere and hands them out to people, and I'm like...
Well, funny enough, I was just about...
Exactly. We don't know yet. We'll have to... I'll DM Holden Patton and find out.
Well, there you go. You think you're going to please some of the people
You
some of the
can't please
time,
all
and
of
you
the
end up
people.
pleasing none of the people none of the time.
I learned what Holden Patton is, or whatever it's called.
We've taught her something about aeronautics.
Aeroplanes.
Yeah, thank you. About the flight industry.